native English speaker in Thailand and just fantastic when it comes to coaching. He was a fantastic player himself as well. So going to be able to reiterate strategies towards both Dale as well as Pop gives me a lot of confidence towards this team, especially going into this second game, which I expect now. Chili said they don't have anything special planned. Well, buddy, you've got to find something special. I hope you've got something special for this match. You're going to need it after that first game.
Yeah, you know, the Korean playstyle, though reserved, and they had reserved picks, they still know how to take you down in lane. So we'll see if anything changes here as we get set for now our second ban in pick. Mega going to be on the blue side. Axis going to be on red, and already the jungle being the priority bans for Mega still targeting toward Caspiel, which I think is fair. I think Caspiel, when it came to that game, was the one trying to make the plays happen.
Yes.
So trying to shut him down, take away his pocket pick Nocturne, and then easy, you know, early game stuff you can go for like the Olaf.
And again, relatively small champion pool. We've seen him pull out unorthodox picks like Kha'Zix, especially when teams have gone for, you know, 4 or 5 bans against him when he hasn't picked his jungler up in the first stage, and even counter-picking by taking a jungler for themselves, or sorry, denying even more by taking a jungler for themselves in the early stages of the draft. So Nocturne, pocket ban here from Mega, you'd have to say. They don't want to play against Caspiel's Nocturne once again. And Olaf just a strong jungler, so I believe just Mega don't want to play against any playstyle that would involve Olaf.
We'll see now. Yuumi going to be banned out. Axis Empire here on red side decide to get rid of the Aatrox. So Rocky and G4 not going to have that available to themselves. And that does allow Rocky to possibly go ahead and get his pocket pick Renekton right off the bat. It's something that he loves to play on.
And this is why I think Axis Empire went for the Renekton pick first. It's kind of it's a 2-for-1 special. One, you deny it away from Rocky, and at the same time is a very strong pick in the top lane. But to me, it just doesn't fit their playstyle. I would have liked if they went towards Aatrox instead, because when you have Shine in the top lane, you really want him on something that will be a split push threat later on in the match, because that's often one of Axis Empire's win conditions, and in fact was one of their win conditions when they played against Mega during the spring split of the tournament.
Well, let's see here for Axis get their opportunity to pick up the Gragas immediately this time around and get Blaze on something that he likes to play, that Kai'Sa, that you're having a very aggressive lane now, though, coming out possibly here for Maxis.
Yeah, please get him off the Tristana. Unfortunately, Tristana Nautilus didn't work out for them that match. Early game, no kill pressure coming up for them in a lane where they should have kill pressure, especially with how proactive Caspiel was, and we give him a lot of praise. But that's one thing where I thought the Axis draft kind of faltered. Caspiel was getting good ganks up towards top and mid, but they weren't taking anything for it. And I think what they should have taken with those ganks is transitioning the power they'd created top side of the map into the bottom lane, shutting down Dayul as well as Pop before he gets to that 2-item spike. And oh no!
Akali
no!
Makes it
How
through.
Has this happened?
Akali going to be the last pickup here for the side of Mega. Now for Axis, they can go ahead and take the Sylas here. They did pick up the Gragas, so maybe we see possibly the Yasuo, as both solo lanes have been shown, but not the draft you're probably looking for here to start things off in game 2.
I'm going to quote what Gregor said to us during the break. Gregor, one of the Thai commentators commentating on the LST, which is what their coach was interviewed, Warlock was interviewed, and he said the way their team plays, if you've got the Korean pillar in the bottom lane of Dayul and Pop. And you can chip away that pillar, but it will never fall. So then he said his Thai trio can run around the map and do whatever they want.
And you go, what?
That's
hey,
a direct quote.
We'll just take everything we want on our top side. And
Let's just take all the champions we'd like to play and are incredibly strong in this current meta and do whatever we want.
Yeah, Akali's, I think, globally on 9-116 was 100% pick or ban, minus like LPL. Still ridiculous. And now you're going to have the bot lane supports being chipped away here on the side of Mega as they're going to try and get rid of that Thresh.
It doesn't mean that Axis Empire don't get some of the picks they'd like here. You know, Kai'Sa, very strong diving AD carry who can do well against some of the assassins here. If Elise or Akali try to jump on towards Kai'Sa, she can return the favor by just simply diving into the backlines, but all the frontline threats are Mega diving into Axis Empire. Sylas is incredibly strong. We've seen what Caspiel can do with the pick. Carino as well if they want to flex it. Shine could pick it up if he wants. Probably going to be Gragas in the jungle as well for Caspiel, but again, can be flexed. I would like to see if they do go towards the last pick Yasuo here. Because they have the Gragas locked in. Yasuo hasn't been banned out by Mega, so they could always go towards Gragas jungle, throw Silas into the top lane, and Karino could pick up that Yasuo. Something we've seen them do before, and a team composition that we know Axis Empire love to run.
And possibly here, getting the Rakan pick in for Chile. Had a great showing on the champion in semis against Win.
5 wins and not a single loss on the Rakan pick coming out for Chile. Something he is very confident with, and probably the best Rakan player we have in the LST. And that's when we have players like Pop that are running around the Rift. Had a great split. Works well with Kai'Sa as well. They've already secured a very solid bottom lane for themselves. There's not really many picks that can be locked in here for Mega that can disrupt this bottom lane, so they'll probably pick something safe, and Tom Kench does his job at that.
Yeah, you can even see a decent amount of respect even coming out there from Warlock. Just taking the time with Daewoo and Pop saying, all right, what do you guys want to play here in this matchup? Get something safe, look for a lot of utility, get the Varus.
This is the pocket pick for Mega. We've seen the Varus Tom Kench combo before for them, and this is the time where Pop and Daewoo become one of the boys with this composition.
One of the
Daewoo is
boys.
gonna take his teleport. Tom Kench will have the semi-global ultimate when he hits level 6, and then you'll just see very early on Varus and Tom Kench running around with the TIE trio and saying, you know what, we're gonna contribute to these early game fights as well.
Are we gonna get ourselves a gangplank coming out here from Axis as their final lock-in? We'll see whether or not this is going to Karino or Shine.
That's gonna be Shine's pick. Shine has an ocean of a champion pool. We talk about it all split along. Hungry Kid, one of the expert analysts in the GPL LST region, has said that Shine has 7 picks, and then after those 7, he's got another 8. And Gangplank is within one of the first 7, by the way, one of his pocket picks.
I like this, though, because I believe the last time this was shown here by Axis, they blind picked it during the draft.
Correct.
This time, let the draft run its course and say, okay, we're going to be confident. We want to go ahead and lock that in.
Well, it helps when the other side just show their entire top side right away when they're on blue. I mean, hats off to Mega. I think Mega have got a crushing draft here. Whereas I'm curious to see what Swack's put together, and I have to think about how he's going to win this game.
Well, we'll see here. Coaches shake hands. Mega looking to go up 2-0 in the series. Let's see if Axis, though, can try and tie it up. Are you ready, Frisch? I don't know what that one means.
You're from Canada, you should know.
I know, but they kind of just scream.
Yeah, so
The deer just kind of screams. It kind of goes.
Oh god,
Yeah, it actually does that. Have you ever seen any screaming deer videos?
Why?
That's what they do.
I don't really
Oh,
need
no.
to.
I'm just saying, you wanted to know what it sounds like. There you go.
I don't think you gave an accurate representation of the deer. And
Do
should
you
be
really?
ashamed
I
of
will
yourself.
look up a video right now.
No.
All right. Same as what we saw, though, in Game 1. Neither team looking for anything cheeky on that level 1.
The thing for me about Axis Empire's draft here is, yes, they found the unconventional pick of Gangplank. That's not the pick I expected. I thought Shine would go towards, you know, his Fiora, maybe a Jax play here against Renekton, or we'd see Karino go towards Yasuo and Shine would flex that Silas into the top lane. And then I'd have some win condition points to talk about for Axis. Picking up the Gangplank, you really want Shine to scale into the late game and then be a threat during team fights with his explosive casts as well as the ultimate. But I just don't see how Axis attack this early game against Mega. Daewoo and Pop are going to be very safe, if not aggressive in the bottom lane even. Spellbook's been picked up by Pop as well, so at any moment's notice, he can swap over the teleport and join what is a brutal topside trio.
Yeah, at that point, you have 4 teleports available for Mega.
Exactly.
On top of Pop having a semi-teleport.
Exactly. And it's a Renekton in the top lane who's going to do incredibly well early. Elise in the jungle, one of the most aggressive, proactive junglers in League of Legends at the moment. I mean, we saw what Caspiel did in the champion in the game they lost last match against Mega. And then Akali. Like you said, nearly 100% pick ban globally on 9.6. Incredibly strong in the mid lane and already pushing out against Carino. Has a melee matchup for herself as well. So for Axis, I'm just trying to think, what do they do? And it just feels like their goal is to survive until Gangplank and Kaiser get 4 items. And with their draft, I'm not sure if they can do that.
You can see G4 coming up here saying hello possibly to Caspiel. Just wants to keep track of where this Gragas is. Up in top lane. We got Rocky able to push back underneath the tower. And we expected here early on. This is a bit of a rough one for the Gangplank. Back in mid lane. Carino not going to actually be able to land there. Both level 3s are hit. G4 is going to land the Shuriken. Not going to jump back in though. We see Lloyd here.
Carino missing the stun on that engage means he can't trade quite effectively. Cocoon missing from Lloyd there means it's Caspiel's fine. Shine has been pushed underneath his turret, and if you've watched Gangplank for any of the past 3 seasons of League of Legends since his rework, you know that one of the most common tactics employed, and it's done very well in the LPL of all regions, is if Gangplank's picked, you can expect 2 to 3 members up there at level 3 to kill him. You build a big wave, as Renekton did, and you just push him underneath turret. You get your jungler, and even your mid laner, if they can push easy like a Talia or a Ryze, and you dive that Gangplank. And you just put him behind nice and early so he can't scale up. Exactly what they tried there. Caspiel doing the right thing and being on the correct side of the map to prevent that from going through. But you can just see how potent as well this bottom lane duo from Daeul and Pop is.
Yeah, already denying a couple of these minions, now pushing up a big wave into the tower. Even getting a decent amount of harass there on Blaze. He's been having to soak through his health pots, already gone early on here. Decent amount of poke. We do see Caspiel making his way down toward bot lane. Chili wants to go for the engage, jumps on to Pop here, but Caspiel's still pretty far away at this point. Now he's going to show, has flash available.
Lisa's here too.
Let's see though, Lloyd now can look to try and turn this back. A Cocoon though is going to land, and Caspiel forced the flash away. Repel's going to come on down. The bite though, not enough damage, and fighting in the middle of the minions, maybe not the smartest way to go about things, but overall bot lane, it's going to be Caspiel losing his flash.
On top of that, a lot of his hit points too, so if Lloyd starts being aggressive, Caspiel has to be careful, and it means that Lloyd can take Scuttle Crab for free, and that's 2 Scuttle Crabs going over towards the Elise, and exactly what you said. Caspiel's waist is so far away when Chili and Blaze went for that fight. There was not much that he could get done there. He does go back in favor of Mega. They're able to push in that wave. Rocky might look for a dive against Shine here as well. Ooh, good barrel. Actually prevents the dive come out from Renekton. So Shine showing his mastery of the champion. Yeah. But just touching on bottom lane quickly before we move on. And the thing I want to point out is the minion dematerializer that was picked up by Pop. You can see him now. He suddenly use it on the cannon waves in the bottom lane. This means that Varus and Tahm Kench are going to be shoving so hard into the bottom lane. And they've got double teleport. They're going to be able to control this wave so well. And it's just a repeat of game 1, really, where Blaze and Chili is stuck in the turret. They're getting chipped out. They're forced to burn a lot of mana. They're losing so many hit points at the same time.
Be safe. Still a decent amount of damage going back there. Can't stay in lane much longer. Is going to have to go back to base and burn that teleport.
Materializer. Use it. Is he not going to use it?
Maybe they want to use it to try and deny some of the minions first before using it. Back up toward top side. Shine now hitting level 6 on the Gangplank, so we'll have that cannon barrage available to assist the team elsewhere on the map if needed. See his use of the global ultimate, whether or not he's able to make an impact elsewhere.
Which is one of the few things Gangplank can contribute early into the match, because unlike someone like Renekton, his TP setups are not really good. You teleport into the fight, then you still have to build barrels to explode to get most of your damage down. But you can always just sit in lane and continue farming and just, you know, call your ship to throw down some
shoot your pistol up in the air. Say, go get them, boys.
Shoot the flare gun up in the air and say, hit this area on the rift in particular.
Where is his ship?
I don't know.
I thought we were in like the mountains. I don't know where the sea is.
It's got a big ship, Opal.
He's just built a ship outside.
Massive ship.
Easy. Look at alt targets that Carino can now steal. His hit level 6 himself. Can take that at Kali ultimate. Oh, a nice bit for Axis is he could always steal away Daewoo's ultimate too. Use that for an engage if Axis want to use that as secondary for the barrel casket combo.
Varus ultimate scales very well in ability power. The burst is underrated. It's one of the few reasons why Varus could go towards an AP-based build in the past. Dale's going to go back to base. He is an on-hit AD carry player when he plays Varus. And one of the things that Mega have struggled with in the past is it kind of takes them some time in these games to get used to the fact that Dale is on a champion they have to play around. Often you see Pop trying to do his best to support him, but when you get into these first few skirmishes and team fights, Dale on a highly immobile AD carry means that he really needs the front line of Mega to help him out. Because if all three of them dive the back lines and then Blaze just darts in with his ultimate, that's going to be a very dead Varus quite quickly. So they need to be aware of that because there's been a few games where they haven't and it's almost cost them games as well.
Caspiel was looking to start up the Infernal Drake here, but it looks like the side of Mega will get full control as they bring 4 members into the pit. And no cheeky Kaisa Steel going to come through, as that's going to be Infernal now, picked up for Mega at the start of game 2.
And this is the problem, no winning lanes, Opal. Yes, you've got the Silas that will do okay into Akali, will trade effectively and potentially has some kill threat if Akali misses 1 or 2 of her abilities and you hit all, especially with it being an Ignite versus Teleport match. Gameplank's not doing anything up here. Shine slowly trying to trade effectively.
Oh, that's Cannon Barrage being used here. Both ultimates going to be burned as Rocky wanted to jump in.
But that's that. Renix is going to have the push against Gangplank, has some great kill threat as well.
Oh, look
and
at
you've got to
this.
release the boot, who does this.
Cheeky little play here. Capsule doesn't have any mana, gets enough for the body slam. Lloyd, though, is going to follow him over toward the side, and that's going to be First Blood going back onto the Elise.
And this is it. There's no winning lane, so Caspiel is under threat because Lloyd can just walk into the jungle and look for a kill there. Bottom lane can't do anything because Dale and Pop are just going to push in over and over again.
Oh, that's going to be Corruption coming out here. Dale getting aggressive, gets another root there
hurt.
onto Chili. Chili forced to use the heal as Dale was looking to build up stacks again.
So then it comes to my question, which is Smack has put together something interesting. You've got the Gangplank going towards top side of the map. Draft is a little bit unorthodox, but what's the win condition besides survive till 35 minutes? I don't see how Axis' team composition they put together gets them to that point in the game.
And we've talked a lot about LST teams. You know, what do you expect when you pick 3 losing lanes in your draft against, you know, aggressive teams that can look to close out games fast? Your average game time in LST, well, it's a little longer than Shine's first health here, as he's going to get taken down immediately.
Taysan, the king of the solo kills himself. Shine in the one-on-one loses to Rocky there. And again, Renekton has the kill threat top side of the map. He's up in CS, well, 20 CS ahead of Shine's Gangplank. And this is just a firm control of the game coming out from the top side of Mega's squad. And Dale and Pop doing what they do best, pushing in bottom lane over and over again, creating a lot of pressure on towards Blaze and Chili, taking turret platings while they're at them.
And on top of that, because you're just getting winning lanes across the board, sure, you only got 2 kills, but it's almost a 2,500 gold lead in favor of Mega already. And we saw what happens. Oh, Blaze.
The Korean sniper of Dale,
Woo!
Opal.
Dale,
The Korean
that's gonna be
sniper himself.
3 turret plates in before 14 minutes here.
And now he's got a strict 2-on-2 solo kill. Again, Lloyd has had no pressure this bottom side of the map besides dispelling Caspiel away, who's looking for another gank, but he's got to be careful.
Chili's going to try and force a play here, but that's going to be instantly a teleport being used. Rocky comes down. He says hello. He doesn't mind.
This is brutal League of Legends coming out from Mega.
Let's
This
take
was
a
a
look.
solo kill on towards Shine top.
Oh, yeah. Shine, you can't blind check those brushes. Rocky even just dashing out of the barrel.
Rule number 1 of League of Legends, don't chase Sinch. Rule number 2 of League of Legends, there is a Garen in every single brush that doesn't have a ward. In this case, Garen was a big interior crocodile alligator, and I think that's a bit worse.
So things go bad to worse here on the side of Axis, as now they find themselves losing another kill. You also have Bork now completed for Dayul. Items also coming online. You're going to have the Gunblade completed for G4 on his next back.
25 CS up for Dayul, you know, 10, 13 CS up for G4. Landslide victory topside for Rocky. This game is under control for Mega. Axis really need to find a way they can get a good skirmish where they have the numbers advantage. They even lose Rift Herald, which gets immediately popped topside, while turret platings are still active.
Oh.
Mega just going to go 2 turrets up. 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Shine can't do anything about this. Caspil's gone down toward, oh, G4. Also finding a solo kill in mid lane. And oh boy, I've seen this before, Fish.
Yeah, you're not meant to call it Opal, but I'm calling it. This is Megas in the bag. 5,000 gold up. Caspiel's going to try and make that
He's
Hail
trying to
Mary
force
play.
things aren't there, though. Meanwhile, your top lane's getting sieged in now. Shine does get rid of Shelly, but that's now a massive injection of gold onto the Renekton. G4 finds a solo kill in mid.
This is where you go retreat to high ground and pray for 40 minutes. They're already 5k up, and that's, you know, more than 25% of Axis's current gold. Another turret plating going.
That's going to be 10 turret plates. Going to get the Gangplank ultimate coming out to at least help clear the wave, but
That does prevent the second turret we were talking about. Top lane turret goes down, bottom lanes is already under heavy pressure. Prevents it for one more wave, but now you've got no Gangplank ultimate, his teleport's down, so even if Axis find a fight that's in their favor, bottom side of the map, they're not going to have the Cannon Barrage to help them out.
and guess who's coming down toward bot side? You got Rocky pathing over, second Infernal Drake gonna get started. Unfortunately, Dragon RNG not in favor of Axis Empires. That's now going to be a bunch of additional extra damage on top of this 5,000 gold lead. And Caspiel really wants to find a fight here. Lloyd, though, he can wait this one out just a little bit longer, but he gets taken down. Pop does get his ultimate taken. Oh, Carino ends up using it, but it gets canceled by Daewoo.
That's what they needed. Find a pick from Fog of War, get the numbers advantage, but they lose the double Infernal. So 17% extra attack damage and ability power. Man, that's a bit brutal for Mega at the moment. We have 5,000 gold. I mean, the turret plates speak wonders. 1,600 gold to the 0. It's been picked up here by Axis Empire. So, I mean, that was great from Caspiel. You're going to need 10 more of those. And then we can talk about the comeback.
Carino going to jump back in. Shuriken's going to land. G4 getting aggressive underneath the tower. Meanwhile, though, bot lane takes that second tower. 5,300 gold lead. Lloyd's nearby, too. Here comes the Spider. Going to get the quick stun there. Carino. Oh, my goodness! Caspiel just gets deleted, and Carino follows suit. That's a double kill now coming through for G4. Chili walks in. He sees the dead bodies of his teammates. And he says, guys, just going to clear the wave.
Yep, if Axis Empire ever want to fight Mega, they need the numbers advantage. Because at this point, the champions they've picked and the amount of a lead they have at the moment is just way too brutal for anyone from Axis Empire to handle. And again, it goes back to the draft. I would have liked if we saw the final pick to be something like Fiora, where Caspiel can sit top, get the Fiora ahead, you know, bottom lane and mid lane, you guys just suck it up and wait till 20 minutes until Fiora can start split pushing, and then we get the advantage that way. Or, you know, even Yasuo pick. Silas would do fine in the top lane against the Renekton, can handle the pressure fairly well, and then Yasuo and Gragas can look for the combos where they can fight around level 6 ultimates.
But
the gameplay just doesn't do anything for them.
And immediately, let's see here, that's going to be Cannon Barrage. Pop going to save his AD carry, goes back into the shield, gets popped on back, but Carino's already taken down, and Pop is still alive at this point! Axis can't even kill a frog.
They threw everything and the kitchen sink at Mega then, they still don't get anything for it. Defending the turret is the ice, the silver lining.
Oh, jeez.
But they lose top inner. Rocky just goes, well, if you're going to leave the lane, I'm just going to take this free objective. And that's now 3 turrets to none in favor of Mega.
And on top of that, you saw the gold graph. It's an 8,000 gold lead now for Mega. And when you think Infernal Drakes too, it isn't multiplying just your gold lead, it's multiplying your entire gold sum. You're looking at almost like a 12,000 effective gold lead already here for Mega before 16 minutes.
And this was the play earlier in the match where the 2-on-2 came out. Caspiel shows, says, I'm going to help Carino push this wave, but there's no way they fight that. Lloyd flashing in for the stun. Carino unfortunately coming back in away from his turret. It's just free kills being picked up by G4. Again, it's nothing to do with misplays or anything like that in that last skirmish. It's just to do with the fact that they're so far behind with a composition that can't do well even at this stage at the moment. If they were dead even on gold, both teams at 25,000, Axis still wouldn't be able to take those fights.
It still makes you wonder here, too. You saw these solo lanes be drafted before yours. It was the priority here for Mega during their draft phase because Axis ended up picking their AD carry in jungle immediately.
Honestly,
you had the opportunity just to go with winning lanes.
The way that I thought this finals would go is you'd have a wave clearing mid lane to effectively win mid lane by saying you can't kill me. You know, or even his Victor, Karina picking up his Victor and saying I've got Victor mid lane, no one can touch me. He's 3-0 on the champion. And then you'd have a ganking jungler like Gragas or Elise being picked up by Caspiel, and a very safe wave clear bottom lane being picked up by Blaze and Chili. You know, even the Ezreal Yuumi would have been nice to see coming out from them. And then put Shine on a split pushing champion, and Caspiel just sits top and says, I'm going to gank Shine's lane even if it costs me 50 CS. And that's how you win the game against Mega. And that's what they did during Spring Split.
Yeah, you just had a Camille and Nocturne be paired. That's what you even saw during the regular season. It was just, we're going to lock down as a duo and just destroy their other lanes once we get ahead.
And that's what they were trying to do in Game 1. I thought, you know, mixed success. They were actually able to get those skirmish plays going, get the ganks going in the top lane and the mid lane, but we didn't see the transition into the bottom side. Teleport flank.
Here comes Rocky, here comes G4,
Double.
And guess what? They're going into a choke point here. Caspiel gonna just body slam into the power
Tag
there.
Gragas.
He's gotten tagged, and Caspiel, he ends up using his ultimate early. Carino's gonna get taken down. Blaze tries to run to safety. G4, though, hunting him through the jungle. He says, welcome, bud. Guess what? If you guys don't take this final seriously, we'll happily take the world ticket.
18 minutes into the match, Opal, and it's a 10,000 gold lead for Mega. A forced team fight and a beautiful double teleport coming up with the triple Infernal Dragon for Mega.
It's getting hot. Mega now, what are you looking at? 24% extra damage across the board on a 10,000 gold lead when you have 36. That's getting close to 17,000 effective damage. Jesus. Meanwhile, Shine, he can't even defend his tower. Currently at the moment, Axis were just a single kill away from being perfect games so far here by Mega. And I don't know if Mega are going to give them an opportunity to even get more than that.
Well, now all Mega have to do with the gold lead they've acquired and the triple Infernal is say, okay, go back to base, spend all the money you have. We have item power spikes. Spear Surgeon, Black Cleaver for Renekton, Gunblade Complete for Akali, double items for attack speed on hit Varus. Now all they have to do, pick up control wards across the board. You can see it, 1 for Elise, 2 for Akali, 1 for Daewoo, 1 for Pop. Go pick up those control wards, get your stopwatches if you need them. 3 being picked up already by Akali, Pop, as well as the Renekton. And just set up vision around Axis's red side jungle. Take the red buff, take every single Raptor camp, and just make sure you can watch where they go. Meanwhile, you park Rocky in the bottom lane for pushing against Shine, making sure he keeps Gangplank in vision because his teleport's not up, so he needs to cancel Shine's teleport if he tries. And the whole time, you just use your squad rotating around this red buff looking for a pick. If you don't get a pick, go towards Baron where you take it so quick.
It is a dark
Up,
jungle.
dead.
Jilly, you can't be that close. And boom, there goes your Rakan. There's your engage. There's your Baron.
That's all you have to do. The control wards are placed down perfectly. Raptor camp, red buff just towards Baron. And then you have 1 over by the Pixel Brush as well. Now with the attack speed on hit, Varus, who has a Rage Blade, mind you, walks into the pit and says, you know what? We're just going to try and take this as quick as possible and force Axis to make a decision. How are you going to come to this fight?
No,
Renekton even comes mid lane.
Can't be there. You got Carino coming nearby, who has a Kench ultimate, by the way.
That's the dead Gragas. Gragas can't even come for this fight anymore. He's 3 hits away from dying.
I like that. Because of that on-hit build, here we go. They're going to try and make a miracle play here. Caspiel has to get over the wall. Ends up using his Q. Carino just jumps in. Cannon Barrage there too. Caspiel, he jumps into the pit. He needs to smite. He goes behind the Baron though. And Axis had an opportunity to take back the Baron, but it doesn't happen. They only pick up 2 kills. They might look for more, but Chili just doesn't have the engage.
Split focus coming out for the 2 Axis players. Carino was, I'm going to kill the players that are stuck inside Gangplank's ultimate and try and force them out of the pit. Whereas Caspiel was all about, I'm going to steal Baron. And that split focus hurt them so much because Mega made the right choice and said, somebody's here. We need to disengage before Baron falls below 2,000 hit points, kill them, and then go back towards Baron, which is exactly what they did, which meant that without both Caspiel and Carino being there was no way for them to effectively go in for that 2.5 on 3, the half being Gangplank's ultimate fight. And then Caspial decides to try and steal Baron, but because it's above 2,000 hit points, he doesn't have the burst damage to deal with it, and he's already so low from the initial engage coming out from Akali. That was just a clinical setup coming out from Mega, setting up on the red side of the map, clinical execution of the pick towards Chili, and a perfect Baron fight going their way. Opal, this game is pretty much over. 13,000 gold lead for Mega. They just have to waltz into different lanes, push the waves out, and siege these inhibitor turrets.
Like that, game 2. Mega just now look to close out. Axis. Now you start looking toward this game 3 and you say, what do we have left to throw here? And unlike last split, we haven't seen a game where Axis felt like they were in full control, where they had the advantage over Mega.
Caspial might die here.
Caspial, Daeul is dancing on your corpse at this point. Chili, sure you can try and engage, but you got to go back and, oh, Daeul. He's got his tap dancing shoes on. That was ridiculous.
If you want to try and jump onto Daeul, you need to make that first hit count. And unfortunately, Caspial happy feet a little bit too much after the body slam. Daeul read him like a book. Instead of running away, ran straight towards Greg and said, fight me one-on-one. Doesn't work out for him, and Mega break the base. It's going to be at least 2 inhibitors down and potentially game here, Opal.
Like that, 2 inhibitors fall. Looks like Empire's base is made out of tinder. It is a flame. Let's see if Shine can try and light something back in their favor. Pop instantly disengaging Daeul, though. Lloyd going down pretty low. It won't happen, though, as they're stuck in that choke point. And Mega walk away with 2 inhibitors in their pocket.
And you can see Shine's at the position where he can start to consider these team fights. Trinity Force Essence Reaver is no joke on gameplay. He's got that 25% crit, which is AoE if he hits the casket with it. And unfortunately for Axis Empire, just have no way to walk up and get Gangplank into these fights with 2 inhibitors down. It's going to be much harder, especially Triple Inferno and the gold lead.
Woo!
Tough task for Axis, but one thing I do respect is they made the Hail Mary play, which is if we don't find a fight that will at least get us somewhat back into the game.
Gives them some breathing room, maybe.
We've got no way to win this one. So I respect the fact that they said, you know what, we need to fight here and see if we get something. They don't get anything for it. And you'd probably expect them to do the same thing when it comes to either their final inhibitor or while they still have both turrets standing by the Nexus. If not, that's just going to be lights out going in favor of Mega. 15k gold lead.
Yeah, it's 15k gold. They get themselves another dragon. Axis, like you mentioned, maybe there's a hope if you can keep this game alive.
There's a teleport flank potential, but that's a Gangplank teleport. Maybe Kaisa. I don't think that's going to help them out too much trying to look for that final fight. Axis are grouping up, trying to see if they have options.
See, there's your Varus ultimate being taken away here. Carino has that for an engage or a follow-up.
No Baron available too, so not the best of pushing potential coming out for Mega.
Rocky's going to head on back to base.
He's going to try and teleport back into this fight.
Look at top lane, though. That's already going to be the super minions knocking onto the Nexus towers. There's a teleport in mid lane, going to delay that push as well. It's now Rocky has a flank available. Caspial looking for a Hail Mary, but he's going on to the Kench, and he's just going to get destroyed, ripped apart. G4 able to find the kill, and here comes Rocky. He's the big Aldredectin jumping into the fray. G4 finds a double kill, goes into stasis, looking to escape now, gets the flash, gets back to safety. And now 3 members against 5 here. With Mega with the Ocean Drake 2, they can look to regen out of combat and keep on pushing.
They exhaust so many resources on Pop and Daeul, but the duo stay calm and collected, saving Daeul from the final bit of burst that would have killed the Varus, allowing him to stay alive for this final push, while the Tide Trio just pushing the back lines.
He jumps in, but he's going to get taken down. Blaze will follow him. It's another double for G4. And now the Nexus exposed, and Mega running rampant here in game 2. Look to close out the series with just one more game.
And this game shows why Warlock was so confident in the pre-game interview. 3-0 is what he called this series, and Mega just showed why in the second match. Over 15,000 gold of a lead and severely punishing the draft that Empire put together in game 2.
Yeah, you see Mega there. Only one more win away from themselves picking up the shield and looking to advance themselves to the World Championships in Europe. Axis here, it's do or die. You come now into game 3 you look at your draft in game 2 and you say, all right, we had no winning lanes. What else do we got?
Well, they've been in this position before, Opal Spring Split. Although their game 1 in Spring Split looked a lot better than their game 1 in Summer, game 2 was a complete smacking coming out from Mega. Then they picked Jack's top for Shine, and he was almost able to take them to victory, unfortunately throwing at red buff after they taken down all the inhibitors for the side of Mega and losing game 3 there. But they've had their backs against the wall as well. And every single season, Axe Senpai don't have anything to prove here. Coming to the grand finals is already a statement itself. Season 1, knocking Resurgence out of the Singapore Malaysia qualifiers to be the team in the top 4 in the LST. Then knocking out Liab to get to the grand finals to face Mega, putting up a great show in the best of 3, falling short to Mega. Then come to the summer split, disappointing regular season coming out from Axe Senpai, but they go into playoffs and upset Detonator, upset win eSports to get into the grand finals against Mega. Fortunately, now they're at the real test. What do they have left in the best of 5 series to do what they did in spring? And this was just the lights out moment. This is where Mega said, you know what, we're done mucking around.
This is where you say you all die. We get ourselves our 3rd.
It was just beautifully set up. Both teleports available for Rocky as well as G4, teleporting deep in the back lines while Axis were trying to take back some control, pushing for mid lane turrets. And when you get that big of a flank with that much of a lead, it's going to be very difficult for Axis to defend from 2 fronts. The back line pushing in, the front line coming in with a flank. 18,000 gold was the lead coming out for Mega.
And again, it was only 3 kills away from being a perfect game here by Mega in our grand final. And you see those damage charts. Well, you know what? That's what happens when Shine is able to just, use his cannon barrage on a wave. And sure, you can get some damage done. But other than that, it was non-existent. MVP going to go over to G4 with the 12 KDA on the Akali.
Rightfully so. Started with the solo kill in the mid lane and then transitioned into great synergy with Lloyd, picking up pick after pick, kill after kill, followed into the massive TP flank where him and Rocky made work of the Axis Empire team. And I think Chili's actually shot himself in the foot twice now. One saying that the bottom lane coming out from Mega is going to be really passive, and the second saying they don't have anything up their sleeve, going to focus on themselves. Well, they had game plan up their sleeve, and that very clearly didn't work out for Axis Empire in that last game. So really, just like game 1, I think Axis Empire have to go back to the drawing board. What's going on with their draft? Why are they not, 1, sticking to win conditions for game 1, and then 2, what is with this, we're not going to win any lane draft and just rely on the game going to 60 minutes when you're against Mega? It's Mega! You can't do that against Mega.
No, Mega's here to play. And unlike maybe Axis, maybe the attitude's just not there too. When you come into your interviews and say, oh, it's only world play-ins. Well, guess what? That's world championship. And Dayul, he was close last year. He's looking to secure it. You got G4, he's looking for his 3rd appearance. Everybody on that roster wants to play. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and when we come back, we'll see whether or not Mega can just go ahead and lock in their ticket to Europe.